Hello, everybody, and welcome to Navigating the Future of Trucking with me, your host, Jerri Banks. Look, we are here because our future and our industry is changing. Every single day, we're seeing new additions, we're seeing new technologies, we're seeing new automations, new things that are autonomous in the industry. And that is why we are here. We're here to learn, we're here to be educated on ways that you can improve your skills, ways that you can reskill and upskill to be ready for this new future and what it's looking like. And whether that is tomorrow, or whether that is 3, 5 years from now, it's important and imperative that you are ready. And so, welcome, welcome. That is why I'm here. I'm here to help you and ensure that you are ready. And so, if you're new here to my channel, if you're new here, if you're just new to me altogether, welcome. I appreciate you for being here. Do me a favor and take a few seconds to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn on notifications and make sure that you download the show on all of the podcast platforms and networks. So today we have an action packed show. On this show, we talk about autonomy, we talk about automation, we talk about new technologies, we talk about new things that are coming into the industry that you need to be prepared for. We talk about traditional truck driving jobs, but then we also talk about jobs in the autonomous sector. And so, what does that mean? That means autonomous vehicle operators, that means technicians, that means new careers that are being created more and more that have not been a career in the past. These are new careers that are being created in our sector. And so these are new skills and new careers that you need to know about. So we talk about those, and we help you to understand what it takes to get approved and get those jobs. And so in the autonomous sector, I want you to be able to take your current skills and combine them with new skills so that you can go and be a game changer at someone's company. And then lastly, I talk in the learning lane. And so in the learning lane, it's a place where you can learn. It's a place where I share actionable tips that you can start using right now to help you upskill and reskill for the new future that our industry is moving into. And so, in today's show, I'm gonna share the new Freightliner eCascadia and the partnership that Daimler has with Torque Robotics. I'm gonna also talk about a partnership between Gatik and Isuzu. I thought that was very interesting. So that just came out just like yesterday. So I'll be sharing that as well. And then I have a traditional truck driving job that I'll be sharing. It is an over the road solo run. And in the learning lane, I'll share some actionable tips that you can take away right now and think about. All right. And again, if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you are tapped in with me across all of my social media platforms. There they are right there. Make sure you're tapped in and you're connected with me across all of my platforms. Each one is a little bit different depending on my audience, but I want to make sure that you are connected with me. I would be remiss if I did not say hello to everybody on TikTok. Hi, Trucker Bob. Hi, Miles. Hi, Charles Mitchell. Vanilla Priscilla, look, Blanco, everybody's over there on TikTok. So I do go live on TikTok because those are my people. Those are my people over there as well. So I don't want to leave those guys out. There's a lot of information that I do share. I think it's very relevant to our industry. I think it's very important for our industry. And so hello to everybody on the TikTok platform. It is Jerri, Future Trucking. So make sure you are connected with that. And before we get started, let me go ahead and thank our sponsor. I'd like to thank our show's sponsor. Today, our show is sponsored by Texas Car Accidents. TexasCarAccidents.com with an S. After an accident, there's 5 key questions that you need to ask yourself to see if you even have a case. Even if you're not in Texas, this could be very helpful for you and a great place to start if you ever find yourself involved in an accident. Their website is a wealth of information, and our partner is Dustin over there. Make sure you tell him that you heard about TexasCarAccidents.com right here on Navigating the Future of Trucking with me, Jerri Banks. Thank you. Thank you to our sponsor. And again, welcome everyone. Before we get started, I do have a video that I want to show you. And this video, it's connected to the article that I'm going to be talking about. The video is brought to us by Freightliner. They have a YouTube channel. So if you're not already subscribed to their channel, make sure you subscribe, and because they release a lot of new updates to the Freightliner truck, new things that are coming out. And so make sure that you're tapped in. So this video, it talks about the importance of innovation and smart technology that's moving the trucking industry forward. And so the very first thing that they say, and I want you to really, as I share this video, I want you to really look at it and listen to it and think about these changes that are happening. The Freightliner has evolved over the years, like from the beginning of time, it has evolved up until now, where they have the Freightliner Cascadia. And at the beginning of the video, he says, moving a truck forward is easy, but moving an industry forward is what they're doing. And through this Freightliner Cascadia, that's what they're introducing. So it's an eCascadia electric truck, and it's all electric, zero emissions. It's designed for a brighter, cleaner future. It does have the Detroit powertrain. And it ranges up to 230 miles electric and 100% torque delivery. And one thing, and I want you to notice this, one thing that they talk about in the video is driver comfort and driver safety features and automation in the truck. One thing that really stood out to me was they talked about low noise operation, smooth acceleration, but the brake recuperation. So you can slow the truck down, recharge the battery without touching the pedal. Think about that. Being able to slow the truck down and recharge the battery without touching the pedal of the truck. And so they're looking to mass produce these Freightliner eCascadias starting in 2027. So, and keep in mind, a lot of things that I share with you guys, they're not tomorrow. They're not right now, but it's important that you know about them. It's important that you can prepare for them. And it's important that you are upskilling and reskilling to get ready for that, because I don't want you to be the last one to know about what's going on. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull this video up. And for those of you guys on my TikTok, you won't be able to see it, but I will share it over there as well.
Moving a truck forward is easy, but moving an entire industry, that takes innovation. It takes smart technology that keeps charging simple, automated safety systems that are always one step ahead, experts that help you plan around every twist and turn, and a powerful, groundbreaking truck to bring everything together. The all-electric, zero-emissions Freightliner eCascadia. Before you build something new, you have to ask yourself, why? Why evolve the DNA of a time-tested truck? Why travel more than 1 million miles to reinvent the wheels that move the world? Because when we look to the future, we see an opportunity for a brighter, cleaner, and more efficient world. This is the vision of tomorrow that drives us to push further today. The power to advance what's possible starts with what's inside. The Detroit e-powertrain. With an all-Detroit e-axle, battery, and software system, the Detroit e-powertrain is precision engineered and dependable to the core. It's fully integrated for optimum efficiency and ease of charging. It drives commerce with a range of up to 230 miles, And with 100% torque delivery from 0 miles per hour, it provides quick, smooth acceleration. When one sets a new standard for transportation, compromises are not an option. And that includes safety. Because when you're out front, you have to keep an eye on what's ahead. Every eCascadia comes standard with cutting-edge Detroit assurance features for ultimate safety on the road. Driver comfort is key too. The eCascadia offers low noise operation, a reduction in shifting, and smooth, responsive acceleration. Brake recuperation allows the driver to slow the truck while recharging the batteries, all without touching the pedal. The right technology. It's what gets you moving and what keeps you going. That's why we designed a charging solution that can stand up to the unique demands of the commercial truck world. Detroit eFill, made to integrate seamlessly with Freightliner trucks and a range of commercial vehicles. eFill charging stations are engineered for smart, efficient power delivery. They're built tough for ultimate reliability in extreme conditions. And they're highly customizable because every fleet operation is unique. When you go electric, starting off on the right foot is essential. That's why we made sure that every eCascadia comes standard with industry-leading expertise. Detroit e-consultants are the people in your corner. Before you even get moving, they're ready to show you the way. They guide you through every part of the electrification journey, from truck speccing and route planning to utility integration and site design. They do it all so you can start strong, grow smart, and make a smooth transition to what's next. There are so many elements that drive progress. Power that's engineered for efficiency. Technology that keeps charging simple, road safe, and drivers comfortable. Expertise that makes every part of your electric world easier. When they all come together in just the right way, they create something revolutionary. A truck that was born to move forward and pull an entire industry along with it.
A truck that was born to move forward and pull an entire industry with it. Did you hear that? This is incredible. First of all, the video, the whole narrative. I love that they said moving a truck forward is easy, but moving an entire industry forward, that takes innovation and it takes smart technology and automation. We are seeing it more and more and more. And this is just continuous proof that it's not going to be our grandparents' trucking and transportation industry anymore. It is going to be an evolved, a ever-changing transportation industry that we need to prepare for, that we need to learn about, and that we need to understand. And so I want to hear from you. Comment and let me know what your thoughts are on this 100% electric Freightliner eCascadia that they are going to start mass producing in 2027. Now, what's going to be needed? What can you do? What will you need to be doing? If working on trucks and diagnosing trucks is a thing for you, is your jam, that you want to do that, this is a great opportunity. And we actually have a partnership with a dealership here in Houston. They're a Freightliner and Western Star Daimler trucks. And so they teach you how to work on these trucks. You get you get OEM certified to work on these trucks. So great opportunity for anyone that's interested in learning more and more, not necessarily these trucks that they're working on, but they're working on the trucks of today. Route optimization, I heard them say. They're going to need people from a route optimization perspective, working on the trucks, taking care of the customer. So again, as autonomy and more automation enters our industry, we're going to see more and more of those people facing skills, those customer facing skills that are needed, that are important and imperative as we move into a whole new world, a whole new future. And so let me pull up the article that came along with this video. And again, the video's on YouTube. You can go and check it out yourself, or you can just rewind and watch it again. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. I definitely want to know if you're here and watching the replay. But Daimler, this article is brought to us by IoT World Today. Daimler self-driving electric truck revealed. And the vehicle manufacturer says it plans to have production self-driving trucks on American roads within 3 years. And so again, these are the electric, 100% electric Freightliner eCascadia. And so this video just gave us a demonstration of what this self-driving tech looked like. And it's sleek. It's nice. 3 years though. We won't see it until for another 3 years. But again, it just goes to show that these companies, these OEMs, these truck makers, they are making and moving and doing major things and taking major steps towards a driverless future in the United States. And so, again, this is the first ever electric autonomous truck. It is made by Daimler, and it's combined with their production-ready electric Freightliner eCascadia, and they partner with Torque Robotics. We've talked about Torque a lot here on the show, but Torque Robotics has an autonomous driving software with sensors and different things, and this software is what they're putting in the Daimler trucks. And so it creates a unique vehicle that in this vehicle, it showcases just the potential of what both technologies, when you marry both of their technologies, the eCascadia and Torque Robotics' autonomous driving software, when you marry those two things, this is the baby. This is what you get. But it just gives us a glimpse into what the future of trucking looks like. And so again, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this new Freightliner Cascadia, this new 100% electric Freightliner Cascadia? It's diesel first, electric later. So we have the diesel. The electric is coming. And so they plan to introduce these and have them production ready on US roads by 2027. And so the initial version is a diesel powered. Later on down the line, there will be the electric autonomous trucks. But currently Torque Robotics, they already have routes. They're already running freight, not necessarily in an eCascadia, in an electric Cascadia, but they're already running freight autonomously using their autonomous driving software between Phoenix, Arizona, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And so they're partnering with companies like CR England, companies like Schneider, to test these autonomous trucks on real world routes. So routes that we already use and we already see, drivers are already driving on them. They are testing their autonomous software. So, and I went to a webinar recently, maybe about a month or so ago, that Torque Robotics had, and it's not a rush. They're not in a rush. What they are doing is taking the safety route and making sure that they are doing the necessary testing, that they are doing the necessary due diligence to ensure that they're safe on the roadways. So this is moving the future forward. This is moving our industry forward. And so they are preparing for commercial deployment, doing testing and getting ready. And so as they are getting ready, so should you. So should you. I think it's very important that you know the skills that you need. You know the technical skills as well as the soft skills that you need, because I think it's a combination. It's a combination of tech skills and a combination of soft skills that are going to help set you apart from everyone else in the industry as we move to this more automated future. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Isuzu and their partnership with Gatik AI. I'm Jerri Banks. Our agency focuses on driver recruitment and driver education. We focus on helping drivers and preparing them for the future of trucking and transportation as autonomous vehicles and automation enters the industry. Our goal is to ensure that you are equipped with the skills that you need to be successful in this new way of life. So make sure you connect with me across all of my platforms. Jerri Banks, Autonomous Trucking. I look forward to connecting with you. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I want to share a partnership. It's a partnership with Isuzu. They are a car and truck maker. We all know Isuzu and Gatik. And Gatik and Isuzu are partnering to build level 4 autonomous trucks. So, again, like I said, you are here to continuously level up in your knowledge, level up in what is out there and what is entering the industry. And you don't have to go do the research because my team does the research for you. That is why we're here. We're not just here to help you level up your skills, but we're also here to help you level up your knowledge. And so this article is brought to us by HDT Trucking Info, and they have put together, and I shared this on my LinkedIn. If you guys are on my LinkedIn, I shared an article about this partnership and Gatik. Thank you, Gatik. Hi, Gatik people. Gatik commented on it and agreed with me in regards to and I'll see if I can pull up my LinkedIn and share that or the article or the post that I made. But I talk about in this new future that we're moving into, it's once we get over, we as in drivers, we as in um, um, government officials, union representatives, once we get over the fact that everybody's not going to be replaced. Jobs are not going to be replaced. Jobs are going to evolve. Just like our parents' jobs evolved as more automation came in the Industrial Revolution, in the manufacturing revolution, jobs are going to evolve. The role is going to shift. And that is very important that we need to talk about. And we need to talk now and not in 2027. That's my thing. We need to talk now, today, and not in 2027 about how the jobs are going to shift, what roles are going to change, how the roles are going to change, and then what skills we need to be working on to ensure that people can just transition into those roles. And so we're not waiting to 2027 to have that conversation. That's why I'm here to have that conversation with you now so that you're not the last one to know about what's happening. So this is my LinkedIn feed, and I did a live yesterday on LinkedIn and I talked about building confidence, and it was a live for leaders. But I talked about building confidence amongst your trucking workforce in regards to the future, in regards to what's to come. And so, how you build confidence if you're a leader, even if you're not quite sure what's to come, it's communication, it's transparency, it's continuous learning, it's helping your team, your trucking workforce, your transportation workforce prepare for what's to come. And a lot of those things look like building up your soft skills, understanding those key crucial customer service, customer facing skills that are needed in order to be able to excel, in order to set yourself and your company apart. We talked about reputation last week. And so that's very, very important. But yesterday, when this article came out, they announced the agreement with Isuzu, and so I just commented and reposted. And Gatik said, "Thank you, thanks Gatik for commenting. I appreciate that." But the comment that I made. We as transportation leaders are sitting at the perfect junction where the past, our parents and our grandparents' industry, the present, the right now, and then the future all meet up. And I said that this is a big deal. This is a big deal for Gatik and Isuzu to be able to mass produce. This is the second autonomous software developer to partner and talk about mass producing a truck, level 4 autonomous truck that's going to greatly impact economic development, job creation in the transportation industry. And it's not going to be the same job. It's not going to be the same job we're sitting and looking at today. That job is going to shift, and it's important that we are ready for it. And so we're going to start seeing new jobs in autonomous vehicle technology. More and more of these jobs start to arise. We're going to see more production jobs, more operations jobs, more logistics management jobs. We're going to start to see them emerge because of partnerships like this. And so it's important that we prepare the transportation workforce for the future of transportation. We have to prepare them now rather than wait till 2027 when they start mass producing the trucks. And so my question to the leaders on LinkedIn was, are we ready to equip our workforce? My question to the trucking and training, truck driving schools, are we ready? The workforce departments and workforce development departments, are we ready to equip our workforce with the skills that they need in order to navigate and in order to thrive in this changing environment that we're seeing in our industry? And so I'll stop right here and say a good morning. Good morning, Katrina. How are you? Thank you so much for hopping on the live. And let me say hello to everybody on TikTok. Hello, Coach Lashana. Hello, Healthy Start. How are you? Hello, Terrell. Hello, Eddie Watson Jr. 326. How are you? Thank you guys so much for tapping in and for being here. We are talking about today, I've already talked about Daimler and Torque doing a partnership. And their partnership is in regards to mass producing trucks, mass producing not just trucks, but mass producing autonomous trucks. Now, the next partnership that I'm talking about right now is Isuzu. And so Isuzu has a partnership with Gatik. Gatik AI, we did a spotlight on them a couple weeks ago, but they're based out of Dallas, Texas. And they own, this is their tagline, they own the middle mile. And so what they mean by middle mile is not the long haul portion. They own the portion where the freight, the goods go from the warehouse to the store, or distribution center to distribution center, or warehouse to warehouse. So that's not necessarily the semi truck that's actually doing that. That is necessary. That is a smaller, if you look at the smaller box truck style truck. And so they are already, if you live in Dallas, let me know. Let me know if you've seen any of these trucks on the roadway already, because they do freight and move freight around Dallas, Texas for companies like you that you already know, companies like Kroger, companies like Walmart, and they're also in the Arkansas area as well. So this is a big deal, and so much so that it's a big deal that it's a $30 million partnership. Isuzu has invested $30 million. Let me say it again. Isuzu has invested $30 million into Gatik and into this mass production of the L4 trucks. So this partnership, it goes beyond your typical research and development. It is an actual, let's go build this. Let's go do this. And Gatik, again, like I said, they're based in Dallas, but they are going to be producing large quantities of this truck by 2027. And again, this is just another major step towards commercial autonomous trucking. Commercial autonomous trucking. And so I have so many drivers that, particularly on TikTok, no offense to TikTok, but I have so many drivers that will come on and they will say things like, oh, this is not going to happen, or, oh, I won't see this in my lifetime. I'm here to tell you that it is happening right now. I'm here to tell you that you will see it in your lifetime. And it's not a matter of, if, it's a matter of right now. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter of right now. They're already on the roads, they're already testing, they're already deploying, we're already seeing it. And so knowledge is power. Knowledge is key in this new future. And so and Gatik having their autonomous software in the Isuzu trucks, they're going to be opening up um, a mass manufacturing plant. And they haven't, I did not find or determine where it would be. I'm not sure if it's in North America or in where Isuzu is based, but this says a lot. This says a lot. So Isuzu is targeting the middle mile. Again, I talked about that warehouse to warehouse or warehouse to the retail store, but it allows them to focus again on the customer and delivering quickly, delivering safely. And Gatik, I think, is doing, everybody else is targeting the long haul. They're targeting the long portion. Gatik is doing the complex, local, regional type driving. So I'm curious to really see how this pans out. But if you want to take a look at the article, I will be sharing the link in the comments. So in the description box. So check it out. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think about this new partnership for $30 million between Isuzu and Gatik to build level 4 autonomous trucks.
When it comes to autonomous trucks entering the trucking and transportation industry, up until now, you've only heard bits and pieces, news here, news there. There's been no centralized place for you to learn about autonomous trucks. Join me every Wednesday and Thursday and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time as I share information, news, and education on how you can stay prepared for autonomous trucks and autonomy entering the trucking and transportation industry.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here again. If you are not connected with me, make sure that you connect with me. If you're new here, welcome. I want you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you are connected with me across all of my social media platforms. I am Jerri Banks, and I own a recruitment and education agency. And so we focus on connecting truck drivers with traditional truck driving jobs. We focus on educating truck drivers and transportation professionals about the future of trucking and transportation. And so when I say the future of trucking and transportation, of course, trucking is primary. Trucking is the primary thing that we focus on because we're seeing so many new automations and new technology and new autonomous trucks entering the industry. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that my first love, where I first started at the age of 18 in this industry, was aviation. And so you're going to hear me talk about aviation. You're going to hear me bring some of those aviation customer facing skills because the aviation that I've done and over my career, it was all very VIP, very governments, heads of state, things like that. So those soft skills, those skills that are, because I want you to focus on your technical and your safety and all of those things, but those soft skills and those people skills, those teamwork skills, those team building skills, those are going to be skills that are going to set you apart from everybody else. And so that is the difference here. So you're going to get so much in regards to transportation and so much in regards to skills. But moving right along, I want to share a traditional truck driving job that we have. It's open in a couple of states. And when I say a couple, I'll say the entire Midwest and the Northeast. And Northeast, I mean Virginia, um, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, and then all of your Midwest states. So Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, and West Virginia. Look, I know my states. I know my states. I'm so proud. My second grade teacher would be proud because she popped my hand enough for me to learn them. So, and that was back when they were popping hands and, using corporal punishment and those types of things. I think we still need some of those things, but that's a whole nother show for a whole nother time. Um, yeah. So the over the road position that I have, it is looking for over drivers that are looking to be out over the road for at least 2 weeks. So you're out for 12 days. It's not quite 2 weeks, but it's essentially 12 days. And then you're home for 2 full days. You average anywhere from about 22 to 2,500 miles a week on average. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But the mileage pay, and that's what I want to talk about because what this company has done with the pay, they have, and if you're interested in this position, the team is standing by. You can text OTR to the number right below. But you need at least 3 months of experience, and you're going to need to be able to pass a hair and a urine drug screen. No failed drug test or refusals ever. No violations in the clearinghouse for this particular position. But the interesting thing that I like about this position, because a lot of our clients, trucking companies, what they do in regards to pay is 0 to 3 to 6 months or 0 to 6 months, you're at a certain amount. And then 6 months and above, everybody else is at the same amount. And so I like that they've broken it up by your pay, by your experience level. So if you have anywhere from 3 to 5 months, then you come in at 57 cents. Okay, you come in at 57 cents a mile. If you have anywhere from 6 to 11 months, you come in at 58 cents a mile. So if you live in any of those states that I just named, and you are in the range of the experience months, this is what we're going to be. We have to verify it. And verifiable experience, it doesn't mean you just said that you have this much experience. Because I talked to a driver yesterday, and the phones typically will roll over to me if the girls are on the phone. And so I got a call and I answered it, and I was talking to the driver, and he told me he had a year and, good driving record, good background. Like, he checked all the boxes. Okay. And I'm going to talk about checking the boxes. He checked all the boxes, which is great. But then, so I told him, I said, so I got a position in your area, and I think it's going to be great for you with what you've told me you're looking for. And I said, but you need 12 months of experience. And so he said, yeah, I got 12 months. And he had already initially told me you have 12 months. And when you're talking to a recruiter, don't round up. Okay. Don't round your experience up, because what I did was, then, okay, so you told me you got 12 months. So then let's walk that out. Let's walk out your 12 months, because I'm going to walk you through your 12 months. So if you got 12 months, we know when you got out of school, because anything during school or before school, that does not count. So I want to know when you graduated from truck driving school. Okay. That's the first thing that I want to know. And the second thing I want to know is, when did you start working? Did you start working right out of school? Did you start working? Did you take a little bit of time off? Like, what did you do in between that time? So I'm asking those questions. And when we're asking those questions, we are qualifying you. We are qualifying you. So I'm walking you through, okay, so you're with this company for 6 months. What's that time frame? What day did you start? Or at least tell me the month that you started. And then when did you leave? And so I'm asking that. And then after we calculated everything, he ended up only having about 10 months. So don't round up. It sounds good, but then at the end of the day, you end up wasting time for yourself, wasting time for the recruiter. So it's very important that you know exactly how much verifiable experience that you have, because it's going to be verifiable. That we're looking at. Nobody's looking at, what you think you have. We're looking at what can be verified by the companies that you work with, that you've worked with in the past. And so that's important. So back to the pay for this particular position. 6 to 11 months, you're at 58 cents a mile. 12 to 23 months, you're at 60 cents a mile. And then 2 to 9 years. This is the difference between, if after you hit that 2-year mark, up until 9 years, you go to 62 cents a mile. And then 10 years and up, you get the top pay, which is 64 cents a mile. And so I like that this company kind of rewards you at different milestones along the way of your tenure. So you're not just staying at the same CPM as everybody else. You're moving up, and you are not on the same level as somebody that's just walking through the door versus your 10 years. What's important is um, you can completely fill out the application, that you give all the information. And so those things are all important. So on this position, again, you need 3 months of experience. You need to be able to pass a hair or urine drug screen, and good driving record, good background. We shouldn't have to say that anymore, because we're moving into a place where if you're here, it's because you want to learn about the future of transportation, the future of trucking, and it's an automated future. It's a future of autonomy. It's a future of new technologies, and it's not a future of unsafe driving. It's not a future of unsafe drivers. And so it's not a future of drugs. It's not a future of alcohol. So if that's your jam, you probably should go work at the warehouse. If that's your jam, you probably need to find a job at the plant. And so, I mean, I know that's a harsh reality, but we're long past violations in the clearinghouse. We're long past a lot of things that were unsafe, and we never should have been there in the first place. But we're here now, and we're here to grow, and we're here to learn, and we're here to take our skills to a new level. So this OTR position, again, it's home. It's home every other week, basically. So out 12 days and home for 2 full days, and typically those 2 full days are over the weekend. Um, I named all the states that you can live in. So again, you just need the 3 months of experience. And if this job, or if this sounds like something you might be interested in, click the text OTR. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Text OTR to 832-572-5277. We have a question. So Styles1225 says, where do drivers who don't have a good background or a good driving record look for work? That's a good question. Because right now I can tell you nobody. I can tell you go outside of the industry, warehousing, the plant, the plant down the street may have openings. Manufacturing may have openings, but the good thing that's on your side is time. Enough time goes by, then that accident falls off. Enough time goes by, that ticket falls off. But it's important that right now, from here on out, even in your personal vehicle, no tickets, no accidents. All of that matters. All of that counts. He says, I'm in for driving. I know you were talking about driving. Don't have a good driving record. It's not so much the background. The background, needing a second chance from a felony or a misdemeanor, though that doesn't affect you. I mean, it does in certain cases, depending on what your felony was for, how old it is, if you just got out, like all of those things. Those things, companies are more willing to work with those things, like a felony or a misdemeanor, depending on how old, depending on what you've learned, all of those things. They're a little bit more apt to work with you rather than a say unsafe driving record. They're a little bit more apt to work with a driver who has a background than a driver that has a ticket going over 25 miles an hour 2 months ago. So that's definitely something to consider and think about. SAP, I cannot, and I just had this conversation. He's asking a question: where does a SAP driver trying to find employment look? There are a couple of companies, but I don't know any of them. I talked to a driver yesterday who told me that there's a couple companies that he's looked into that are hiring. But here's the thing: a lot of the companies, and back when the clearinghouse first started, we were telling drivers to ensure that you maintain access with your SAP, ensure that or that the company has the paperwork from the SAP and can send the paperwork over to the next company that you work for. But not only that, that you have um, results from all of the follow up drug tests, the negative results of all the follow up drug tests that you took. Now, drivers don't have those things. Companies want those things. So if they want to, if they are hiring, and I'm not talking about small one, two truck companies because um, I don't know anything about those. But if a larger company is willing to hire, they want the follow up testing plan from your SAP and they want a copy of every single negative drug test that you took, a copy of those. And so that is the challenge that a lot of drivers are facing. And my advice is trucking might not be for you. I had to pause because it took me a moment to say that, but it's a reality. And you're not the only driver in that situation. So, what I recommend and what I've told drivers in your situation in the past is go get your diesel technician certification. That will take you a long ways. That I'm talking about autonomous trucks. I'm talking about opportunities where trucks are going to be driverless, opportunities where we're going to see more and more automation, more and more autonomy entering our industry. Somebody needs to fix them. Somebody has to repair them. Why not you? Why not you? So don't be hopeless. Know that there's an opportunity for you somewhere. It just may not be in what you initially were working to get. It just may not be what you were initially working for. I implore anyone, there's a shortage of over 300,000 diesel technicians. Go look and talk to the workforce. Go to check into the WIOA funding and get your warehouse job at night and go to school during the day. And a lot of schools, it's a year, it's 2 years. The one that we have a partnership is 7 months. And you can come out making some good money. And you can sleep in your own bed every day because diesel technicians are local. So these are things that it's a harsh reality, but it is the reality. And I'm sorry that you didn't listen, or not just you. Now, I'm not talking to you, Styles, but I'm talking to the drivers that we spent time educating 2 years ago, 3 years ago about how to move after this violation. Because today is a new day. Today is a new day, and today is a new topic. And SAP is not the topic anymore. It's never going to be the topic anymore. So your best bet is to move around. It's a harsh reality, but it is a reality. And so, um, again, I talked about an over the road position. I got on a whole different tangent because if you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I posted workshops, I've educated, I've talked about this, but we're moving into a new future. We're moving into a new place. And drivers have to understand the consequences of actions. And so, the consequences of actions when you have alcohol in your truck, the consequences of actions when you get pulled over and there's something in your truck that you do a DOT inspection and they find marijuana. Like, there's consequences for every action, and that consequence is this might not be the industry for you anymore. That consequence is you might need to go and work at the warehouse, or you might need to go and do something different, because this is the reality. Nobody's telling you, but this is the reality. The industry just might not be for you if that's your jam. Katrina says this information should be taught in CDL schools. Drivers need to understand the repercussions for clearinghouse violations and a bad driving record. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will say from 2021 to 2023, early 2023, That is all we did. I had so many boots on the ground going to truck driving schools, talking to new drivers, so many ways and trying to hit so many social media platforms just to educate them because nobody else was. Because no, I talked to so during that time frame, I probably talked to over 2 to 300 drivers, brand new drivers, not just not just drivers, regular drivers. These are brand new. I just, man, I'm happy because I got my CDL. And then I go and I take a drug test, or I go and 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 refuse a test because I don't know what a refusal means, and my career is done. So you have thousands of drivers sitting out at home, or working at the warehouse, or doing different things because they got their CDL. They passed the test. They passed the written test, all of them. They passed the driving test, the road test. But then 2 weeks later, they got on with that company and then they failed the drug test because nobody told them that, hey, I know you want to come into the industry. I know you excited, but sit your butt down, okay? And just wait. Wait a second. Nobody said that. Nobody's saying that even now. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, to help new drivers come into the industry, to help them understand how to move when they get into this industry, and to help them prepare for a whole shift that's coming. Y'all got Miss Jerri today. Y'all didn't get Jerri Banks. Y'all got Miss Jerri today, okay? But it is so, so important. It is so, so important that you're here and that you're sharing this information, because if you don't share it, if you don't help the next person or the next man or the next woman, who will? Who will? And Katrina says, hope is not lost. At Styles, think about pivoting. Yeah. It's money to be made in this industry. You don't always have to be a driver. You don't always have to be driving. Nobody is perfect. I can't sit, up high and look down low, because I'm not perfect either. Everybody makes mistakes. But some of us in this industry are paying for those mistakes, and they're paying for them from a longevity perspective. Like, it's going to be a long time you're going to be paying for that mistake. That one mistake. It's going to be a long time. And so share my information, share my videos, share my lives, because there's so much that new drivers, current drivers, I talk to current drivers and they don't even know about refusals and different things like that. It's a matter of, so he says, I'm sure that there is at least one company that will take a SAP driver. It boils down to what companies have insurance that will accept. It is a small portion, the insurance. But what it is what more so it is reputation. Am I going to have a company with a lot of drivers that have failed the drug test? It's reputation, it's safety, because that's a level of safety. There's so many variables that it affects. There's so many variables. And so there is a company out there. I'm not going to lie. There is one. You got to go do some digging. You got to go do some groundwork. But I'm not going to be able to be the one that lets you know which one there is, because I don't have any. We had one maybe about 2 months ago, but their trucks are filled. And so the other thing is, there's so many companies, some that will bring on a few at a time until you're done, but they don't want that burden of doing all that paperwork and keeping track of all of those things, because it is time consuming. It does take somebody to manage that. And so it's just, and then at the end of the day, it's the company's priority. It's their prerogative, and they can choose who they want to choose. And so what I say is, And I'm going to say this one time, and this is going to be my last time ever saying this again, because I done said it a million times before. Don't put yourself in a box. I know you on the other, there's a lot of you on the other side. When I say a lot, there's almost 300,000 drivers in your situation styles. But when you put yourself in a box, you give somebody else the opportunity to feed you or starve you. So the box that you're in, I'm telling you to get out of it. And I'm telling you how you can get out of it. Katrina has told you how you can get out of it. And the time right now is to start. The time is to start your pivot right now. And your pivot is to something else. And it could be in transportation. And I want you to start with the diesel technician. Start with the technician because all of these autonomous trucks have to be repaired by someone. Why not you? Why not you? Get out the cab. Go fix it. Okay. All right. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this. Dropping gems, dropping knowledge, dropping information, dropping education, because it's so imperative and it's so important that you are ready, that you are prepared from a skill set perspective and from a knowledge perspective about the future of trucking, the future of transportation, and getting on to another level. Because it's elevator season. We are elevating today because winners win and winners always find a way to win. I'm a winner. Okay. Y'all join the winning team because I'm going to always find a way to win because winners win. We didn't even get in the learning lane today because my producer gonna be so mad at me, okay? Because I didn't finish the show. But we are at an hour, and I'm gonna wrap up here. But I want you, if you are starting the video right now, I want you to go back and I want you to watch. Because I know there's a lot of you that are or have gone through the SAP. A lot of you that are dealing with that on the back end. And this is the time to pivot. And if you're new coming into the industry, I want you to learn how to move and continue to follow me because I'll show you how to move in this industry. I'll teach you how to move. That's very important. I want you to think about other things if you're a new driver. I want you to think about getting out of dry van, getting out of reefer, learn about flatbed, learn about oversized, overdimensional, hazmat, tanker. Those will not be touched by anything autonomously. Those are very, very much needed by a driver, by someone, by the human touch. Okay. So let me check out my comments. Styles said, "Thank you for the advice. You have a great day, baby. You have a great day." Let's see. Apollo Cooper says, "Just join the live. I'll take this as a sign to go." 100%. 100%. Go all in. Go all in because the time to start going all in and join us on elevator season is right now. Look at TikTok over there. The time to start going all in is right now. It's not tomorrow. It's not, if you watched the earlier live when I was talking about the partnership between Gatik and Isuzu and Daimler trucks and Torque Robotics, all these OEMs, all these truck manufacturers adding the autonomous software to their trucks by 2027, you got time to go work on your skill set. You got time to do all of these things so that you're ready, so that you're prepared. So, yes, Apollo, I want you to go all in. The time is now. And Katrina says, Miss Jerri dropping gems. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, every morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Every morning I'm here, and my goal is to touch 2.5 million lives in the transportation industry and help them get ready for what's to come. So if you're not already connected with me, make sure you are because it's real over here. I'll see y'all tomorrow.